All right, y'all. What's poppin'? Welcome to Potheads episode 4. Episode 4. Today we talking more about nothing, folks. Shout out, speak to the people. Ja, what's poppin'? Boo, happy so.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's going on? We're definitely happy to be here. All with all this energy going crazy, all this air energy going on. There's plenty of excitement, right? I feel excited, but by the time we get to this time of day, I'm like
Over it.
tired. But you know what? This is the whole point of this show. It's supposed to be an unwinding experience.
Mm-hmm. Shouldn't be a burden. It should make you feel like, okay, well, at least at the end of the day, I get to go watch. I get to do Potheads and relax a little bit.
Yeah, and basically try to stay away from the isolation energy for too long. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of healing happening now through communication, and we could truly rob ourselves of what could be like a cathartic situation once again. Because sometimes we don't want to just chit chat with others because it's uncomfortable, right? It forces us to respond. It forces us to be alert. You know what I mean? Like put on a certain, we have to be active, and sometimes that can be uncomfortable for those who are used to kind of dwelling with their conformities on their own, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
any effort of like maintaining contact is actually a really good thing.
I don't know.
Maintaining.
I don't know. So I was maybe last week I was watching something about being able to my fucking everything
Do you
Mercury.
have your volume up?
Yeah. Can you hear me? Do I?
I can hear you, but it sounds a little low.
It sounds muffled. I can go get my mic from downstairs real quick. That might help it.
Okay.
Um. So give me 2 seconds. Let me go run and get my mic.
All right, let's see what's happening here.
What's popping, Vault? What's popping, Scott?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Up close and personal. Mm, so happy to be here. I feel great. Anybody else, like, do you feel like electrified? Because my vessel has been zinging. And I swear to God, for the last 2 days, I've been like, I think I'm like manic. I think I have like a little bit of mania. But honestly, what I think is going on is that I did a major, major, major energetic release. And in the midst of this, like, energetic release, it's like basically like an internal exorcism led by me because I have the ability to do exorcisms. You know what I mean? But so I do like this own self under an induced state, right? Because I need to be able to crawl into spaces that I'm not used to crawling into within my being. And they can be spaces that are quite like blatant. Like I'm obvious that maybe my vessel is calling attention to a certain area that has been persisting with pain. And these pain spots or these areas of tension could be where we are holding these energetic sources that are actually quite vampiric. So what the way that the way that it was revealed to me, it's as if like a tick being embezzled under your skin, but it's actually like a tick in your etheric body. So you have your, and it depends. So it's like, how does a tick or these like pains find their way within us? And it usually stems from like a hole in our emotional body due to some ferocious or fierce emotion and or expression that pierce the etheric field, and then allowing something to come in. Okay, so I did a huge release, but this one was equivalent to, like, so to speak, 300 pounds. Look at this. You see this? No. Yeah, wait, yeah, 300 pounds in weight on my shoulders.
All right, y'all. Am I louder now?
Yeah, you're a little bit louder, but let me finish this real
Oh,
quick.
yeah, for
So, like, and so I think that's exactly why I'm singing. But I'm wondering if you guys have been feeling an excessive energy coursing through your vessel by any chance. And you, Leanne, you got your mic?
Yeah, I've been. I don't know. I've been cooling. I don't know. I've been feeling. I don't know. Um. Yeah, I
So
just been.
basically, what we were talking about, I was saying that um I was saying that I've been feeling really electrified, and that it had actually came out of my mouth a couple of times that I think I'm kind of manic, and not personality wise. I think the way that energy courses through my body, and I think it's because my vessel is ultimately now released of a borrowed energy thing that was like literally feeding off of me, and it was huge. It was huge. And I'm still releasing like the last tail bits of it. But now I feel like my body is like free enough, and it's like housing this like energy that's like has me like like literally like what the fuck is going on right now? And like no drugs, no nothing. Like no marijuana, no like nothing, no nothing, no nothing, no CBD, no nothing. So yeah, that's kind of where we were at, I guess.
I don't know. I've been cooling. I've been coasting. I've been in my own little zone. I will tell you this though. This Mercury retrograde. This it is definitely all about new beginnings and releasing the old. And so what I'll say to you from what you just said to me is essentially a lot of people don't get that when you. So the reason why you feel manic is because now you have energy that you didn't have before. It's all freed up. Now you don't know what to do with it because you got rid of the thing that was sucking your energy. So now it's like
Wow.
all this energy, oh, what to do with it, what to do with it when it was tied up in someone else. So you weren't really worried about it. But
It
now
wasn't
you have
tied up in someone else. I think someone's, and I had to clear out a lot of like ticks. I had more than one. But this one was burrowed like in my vessel.
yeah,
Like
but it's
so
not.
deep in my etheric body that it was in my vessel. If that makes
Regardless,
sense.
but it's not there anymore. So
No.
the thing that was tying up your energy that made you think that you had less energy has released you. So now you are aware of
I
all of your
released that
energy.
fucking thing because it took
Yeah,
me 3 hours.
so now that you've released that thing, now you have now it's not that you have an excess of energy. Now you have full access
I have
to
to
your
regulate it,
energy.
right?
Yeah. So now that you have full access to your energy, now you're like, oh, what do I do with all of this? It's just like I don't know if you've seen like Dragon Ball Z, but it's just like having a Kame Yame ball
Yeah.
of energy and not knowing what to do with it. Just like
Well, I'm
because I
not
just
used to. I haven't had it in a long
right,
time, so
right,
it's probably
right.
been like 10 years I haven't
Right,
had access to it.
right. It's
Um,
like
and yeah, so I'm also Sun opposite Uranus, 1 degree, like exact
so and
Uranus.
Uranus is my fuck shit up and leave planet. That's
I'm
my
a Sun
orthodox
Uranus
planet
individual. I fuck shit up all the time.
and leave. Fuck it up and leave. Fuck it up.
No,
Fuck it
I
up.
kind of hang around a little bit. It
that
depends. It depends on what you're
see,
trying to do to me. Like, what are you trying to do to me here?
but my energy been cool. I just been trying to stay away from anxiety.
Yep.
My one of the things in order to get something new, you got to give up something old. And one of the things that I think Mike charged us with a while ago was finding something that you want to give up. So I give up negative thinking. And listen, I try that's hard.
It is.
It's really really hard. And to give up negative thinking is not to say that bad things won't happen because that's not it. That's not that at all. It's the understanding that life is good and bad. But just
Yeah, retraining the mind, retraining.
making the best out of it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so this is how to train your dragon. Right now we're in I hate to keep using Mike's colloquialisms because they're so cheeky, but we're in the gauntlet. We're training right now, like spiritually. Like what people don't understand is that like the only way that you can do better or heal the world or make the world a better place is to make sure that you are a whole individual. That means doing the work on yourself. So everybody is in this spiritual gauntlet with themselves, going through like if you've seen somebody go through like boot camp or you get ready for
And
gladiator and
there's
everybody's
different
working
levels
out.
to
Yep.
this. There's
Yep.
levels to this. I one of my pet peeves and was when people say, we're all in the spiritual community, we're all the same. It's like, no. We all have the potential. We all have the same potential. But that's not always true for
And
everyone
we all
either.
don't have the same fucking potential. So
But what about the
you're
work?
being
What
generous,
about
my
boot camp?
friend.
Everybody has the ability, not in, and everybody has the ability to do boot camp. But
Not
that's not even
not
true because not everybody has the ability to do boot camp.
Yeah,
So what happens if you've already done boot camp 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then someone who is just couldn't pass boot camp 1 is on their third attempt is trying to act like they're
they
on boot camp
didn't.
level 10 where
And
you're at.
and that happened a lot. When I get to people like that, I just light a blunt. And
That's
that's
true. Or
ain't no order. I just light a blunt.
I don't know. I'm a spiritual teacher, so if
Mm-mm.
somehow you've made it to my aura and in my bubble and in my vicinity, and you're gonna rub up against me, I know that you are now my fucking student. I know that much.
Everybody ain't my student. Listen, all I can do is be myself. It's
Hmm.
not when I
Yeah.
remember being in law school. One of my homeboys always tell me because I used to be the little chick that's like, nah, I'm gonna make sure I teach this bitch
No,
a
I don't
lesson.
do that. I
I
know
don't
that
want
I'm
to teach
at a
nobody
maturity
nothing. I'ma just be me.
level, and I'm at a knowledgeable level enough to be able to teach others in this position. And sometimes that means upholding your stance, upholding your position, and
Mm.
being a representative, a role model as to what that is that they're even trying to embody. And then
And
inciting respect upon that, and
and my
those aren't just words for me. This is like a deal. This is a real thing for me.
And so that's the thing. Everybody, what your role model is different from my role model. Your role model might be whoever bump up against you. You gotta talk to them. My role model is to roll a blunt and smoke it. And if you ever want to come and have a grown up conversation with me, we can. And if not, I'm gonna finish
Yeah,
smoking
but
my
then
blunt and
so
go
then
about my
that it
day.
gets to a point. It's like, all right, so if you can't if you can't come at me with the same energy now that I've met you there, but the only difference is that mine looks different than yours.
Yeah,
So
that's
because
it.
the same energy you're giving me, I'm giving it back to you, but my manifestation is different. Now you don't want to meet me here, and now you want me to step back 3 times to get back to no. No, we're not doing a fucking tango. We're not doing a fucking dance.
But I like the
You brought me with this energy. I'm
fan.
here with this fucking energy. We're gonna do this or not. And then if you're gonna come at me like that, then bye. See you later. Deuces.
I
Don't
guess
fucking waste my time. And
I
that's what it is.
I'm just at a place where I can tell when a person come to me from jump if they about what they talking about or they not.
No, no,
I'm not about to
no.
waste my energy. I don't got time.
I don't know.
I could be sucking dick with that energy. I could be doing
Mm-mm.
anything but
And
trying to help people that
some
don't want
people is
help.
not even always in your control too, because if all right, so if we could always solve a war with fucking weed or with peace, what's the point of a warrior? What's the
So
point of having warrior strength?
and
What's the point
I'm
of
glad you asked that.
embodying that? What's the point of busting your ass and training yourself to not put the fucking
So
when it
I
needs to
bust
be? And
my
I'm like,
ass
nah,
and
my sword is sharp over here.
but see, I bust my ass and I train myself so that I can smoke weed. It's not the weed that wins the war. It's the freedom to be able to smoke it that wins it. It's the mind frame to not be bothered by your storm, to not let you
No,
interrupt my
exactly, and I
peace.
don't want to be bothered by your storm. So get the fuck away from me. Because in order for me to have gotten to this point, is because you brought it to me. I never bring it to people. I never step out of my bubble. I don't
But I
care to
feel
go.
like
But like if you somehow made it here, it's a problem.
as the quote unquote spiritualist, heavy is the head that wears the crown. So
Nobody's ever going to agree with me on this. And this could be my Mars in Aries, trine my Leo ascendant. This is like I don't fuck around kind of shit. It's like an
nobody got
exact
a
Mars trine too. And then I have a Pluto square. Not happening. And all that and that Pluto trines all my Cancer energy. It's just not happening. Oh, and then I have a Saturn in Capricorn. Not just not happening. It's not.
listen. I got a Saturn in Cap too. I'm just at a
Mm-mm.
place where I understand that like
It's not even about a fight. It's about saying what you need to say and saying it
everything
with
don't need to be
conviction
said all the
and
time
shutting it
though.
down. Simple. It's not about no, no, no. It's not about that. If you're my sibling, if you're my brother, if you're my sister, if you're my child, if you're my husband, I will approach you with the peace. I will talk to you with peace. But if you're an enemy that approaches me and there's no winning with you, then I have to come at 100. There's no bargaining with someone who seeks to who doesn't who has had a long time strategy against you. Well, this is a Libra energy. It's all about strategy and being strategic. There's no having mercy against the enemy that you watched take 10 foul steps in your
But that's the
direction. It's not
thing.
about
See,
that. No, I
that
don't do that. I don't
it's completely
bargain
it's completely
with the
about that. That's
enemy. I'm
exactly what
sorry.
God did. God had mercy on his
No, he
enemies.
didn't. That
What
was
do you
Jesus. That was
mean?
not God.
Okay,
God burnt
all right.
down cities to the ground.
God,
Jesus,
and Jesus didn't.
no, 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 no.
He
Jesus was
with
all
the same hand,
forgiving, but
he the
not
same
God.
mouth he cussed you out with, the same mouth he called you a rebel, told the rebels to drink with, is the same mouth he used to sell,
Bro,
to feed two fish and to feed a nation with 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread,
he
to
fucking sent the
forgive the
famine
nigga
and the
that hung him,
locust
that
because
sold him
those,
out on the cross
no,
next to him.
no. God is
So
a
he
jealous
forgive
God. Don't
him.
come for me.
He merciful. Listen, that's what I do. Now
He's a,
listen.
he's
I
strategic and
don't,
he play and it's
he
his game, it's his way.
it
So
is his way.
if he lay
But God
mercy
ain't gonna never
on
make you
you,
do nothing.
if
But
he
he
lay mercy
merciful.
on you, then lucky you. But it's not because he has to. That's for damn sure.
But that's the thing. That's the glory of God. Like he merciful. Like
He
he the
don't
type.
bestow that upon everybody. No, he don't.
All you have to
It's
do is ask for it.
no,
That's the
you know,
thing. That's
there's been
yeah.
souls that have who I've tried to bridge gaps with, and he's like, for you, for that to even come to my doorstep is a disgrace
Show me that scripture.
in my
Show
honors.
me
For
the
that to
scripture where
even
somebody
for you
came
to
to God
even
and said,
dare ask
I
me,
believe you as
trust.
Christ and Savior, and he was like, nah, I don't fuck with
Nah,
you.
we can go in on
And
this one.
we could do that. Nah, we could do that. If I won't argue with you
Yo,
about too much, but we could talk about God, my girl.
I don't
We
have a
could
glut.
do
I
that.
had some cookies. I had like some edible cookies. Some no chocolate, white chocolate, cookies and cream, white chocolate.
Okay, but yeah, so
I need to make a tea. Do you guys mind? It's gonna take me like 2 minutes. Is that okay?
nah, go for it.
Please.
I gotta plug up my before you do that. Let me plug up my
Okay.
computer so it don't die. Hold on.
Hey, what's up, everybody in the chat? I know when it comes to God, I have my Mars is in Aries in the 9th house. I'm a Leo rising. I'm here to channel the word of God, and with that Mars and Aries warrior spirit and philosophy and religion and God and spreading that word, I'm fierce. And yeah, it's a little bit cutthroat sometimes, but that's one area you will see the strength of me. But everywhere else, I know how to step down.
Boom.
It's a thing called the wrath of God. Damn right. And you listen, I went outside to pray this morning. Well, to like bask in the sun, have a sip of coffee, put my feet on the ground, right? Release any EMFs, get recharged up. And I was like, thank you, Lord. And he's like, you won't get on your knees right here, right now, like on the grass. I was like, yeah, I will. And my neighbors were coming out their house, and I'm right in the front, my front stoop on the stairs on the grass, knees and hands, head on the ground, like, thank you, Father God. And I will fucking. So, I don't know. Right, yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a lot better, thank God. Still got a little bit more shaking to do, but I'm cool.
Y'all, this is the suckiest thing ever. I'm still trying to figure out how to plug up my computer. Don't judge me.
I'm not.
I can't hear y'all, but I know y'all probably can hear me.
So what else is going on? So how has Mercury retrograde in Libra been treating you? At first, Mercury retrograde in Libra was all about cleaning house. Did you notice, like, in your relationship sectors and your friends relationships, like Mercury retrograde in Libra was all about cleaning house, like the first half. And then now that we're at the last legs, now it's like the final like runner uppers are coming in. So like old friends, maybe like throwback friends, like old connections that are like friendly. Now they're starting to show up. It's like Mercury retrograde is like a little late to the party, but it had to like clean out the closet to make space. You know what I'm saying? Like it had to like clear the path first, you know? Your Sag message was deep, but I was curious since you mentioned the heat and cold. Is that similar with anxieties or random moments of things flushing out? That in particular was it was a like an entendre. Is an entendre, I believe. So it had a double meaning. So it had a lot to do with actually the flushing that I was doing after I removed that thing from inside my vessel, my energy body and my actual physical vessel. And so I was fleshing out, but that was also the Venusian energy, and the warmth of all the air energy. So it's almost like how a is it a typhoon? Just like what is it? Tornadoes, hurricanes, something like that. It's like a hot, cold energy, and it was manifesting as like liquid or like sweating or like just kind of like shedding in a way. It's also like a purification process. There's a lot of purifying going on as like I believe the message was that there is a healing happening through the act of communication, which I think is how we started off this broadcast, is to maintain that communication, because we are healing by like speaking and basically like forcing ourselves to commune, because it's not like a pointless communion. There's value in the words that you are exchanging, more so on a deeper level, as well as surfacely stimulating. I had felt that earlier that day here on my mid back during a reading. Then you saw your video later. Yeah. The spinal center is definitely in flames. Lots of energy coming through. Lots of channeling happening. I think a lot of leveling up. So like how like a windstorm starts, and then like if you ride on top of it, you rise up with the windstorm. It's like that. So like all this wind is picking up, and like we're being picked up above it, but we're kind of on top of it, and we can be feeling the effects of it. Yeah, I need to rewatch, but I kind of felt that with an actual sense of hot to cold, literal. But yes, and that as well, for sure. Definitely. But sometimes moments where I go into meditation and spiritually talking to my grandma, channeling, exactly. It's a multitude of things for sure. Oh, are you there, Mama?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm back.
All right, cool. I'm gonna take a moment, yeah.
Go ahead, go for it. Go make some tea.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. What's popping? I saw some people. Listen, my J looks so ugly. My CBD cigarette. That's, y'all, you already know how this shit go. Happy Spiritual Saturday. It's not Spiritual Saturday. Happy Finance. Business Savvy Sunday, y'all. I can't get my fucking life together. Shout out to you, Vault. How you doing, my love? I hope that you've been well. What's popping, Seven? How you doing, love? Sky, what's popping? It's good to see you too, dog. So yeah, I don't know what we talking about. She was talking about like spiritual energy and healing through communication. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just on some cool and shit. I don't like. I can talk to y'all real quick if y'all want to hear about it, like retrograde shit like that. Like this retrograde been a doozy.com. .com. Vault, you asked how I've been. I've been blessed. I just been hustling. Y'all know, me. I'm always trying to do something, make something, build somebody's legacy for somebody somewhere. So I've been blessed. I can't trip, to be honest. Um, just trying to navigate through life with the tools that God gave me. Um, but other than that, just same shit, different day. Um, like if we're going back to the conversation y'all was having about just being in the spiritual, um, like she said healing through communication or just growing is it's really, I don't know, we're just really in a growthful season, and I just hope that people are taking full advantage of the time that we have right now, the time that we're in, the time that they have, and the energies, because they beneficial to growth. They really are beneficial to a new type of growth. People like to just be comfortable. I get over being comfortable. If you're comfortable, you're not growing. If you're comfortable, you dead. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just been growthful. I don't have like, I was taught to speak when you have something to say. One of my mentors told me make my words count. So if I ain't been saying too much, or like I don't have too much to say, I haven't done like for instance, I haven't done spiritual Saturday in a minute. When can we get a live from you? I miss your energy. I only use energetic Instagram to keep up mystical illuminations in the individuals in the community. I appreciate you. I'm gonna get us. So I'm gonna do another live soon. My life just about to start getting back in order. But listen, check out my vlog. Like it got a whole bunch of foolery in it. It's on YouTube. My link in the bio. But man, so today I did bring some cards for you guys because I did want to shuffle. Like I told myself, so when I was creating Potheads, I was like, I am not gonna do any tarot. I'm not gonna do anything like that. But you know what? It's more about nothing. I'm gonna follow my spirit, because that's what I've been doing, and it's been working for me, boys and girls. Um, Listen, you can watch the first. So it's the first season of episode one. I mean, the first episode. It's the first season of the neighborhood vault. And listen, it's a lot of videos. You ain't gonna watch it all tonight, but have fun. You could try. Um, but I told myself I wasn't gonna do any tarot on here. But I got these cards from J Lo. And I didn't really know how to use them. I saw them and they were like Sun Astro Tarot cards. I was just like, I don't know if I'm gonna fucking use this or not. So, but I love them. They really good cards, and so I wanna. My spirit told me to pull some cards today, but I really just cool it. I hope y'all cool it. I hope y'all like how y'all week was. Like, did y'all do anything for yourself? Like, what's something good that happened to you this week? What's a growthful moment that happened to you this week? You don't think loyal energy run like that? Shit, I'll watch it. You crazy. But yay. I'm trying to think of some things that I thought about this week. But I don't know. I'm just tired. And the crazy thing is I had a lot of different things that I wanted to talk to y'all about. It was just like hey there, pretty lady. This is my first time here. I love the energy. What's up, Forest Fairy Tarot? What's popping? We just cool in here. This Potheads. We do it every other Sunday. Sometimes we have an agenda. Sometimes we don't. Today we just talking more about nothing. We just cool and kicking. Hey, if y'all got any questions, anything y'all want to talk to us about, or get any of our thoughts on, just shoot that shit in the chat right now. Cause we just cooling today. Now sometimes we real rigid and we got a schedule, so you ain't gonna catch us slipping every time. So if you got a question, you want to talk some stupid ass shit you always want to ask somebody, but you ain't know who to ask. Hmm. So my mic died for 2 seconds. I hope y'all can hear me. Um, Vault said it was unplugged. It says I say one thing so far would be I started waking up more and writing rather it's musical or journaling. That's good. Uh, um, what about you, Seven? What about you, Forest Fairy? Everybody in the chat. What's something good that happened to you this week? Or something that's positive that happened to you that made you say, "Oh, I'm proud of myself." Chronic here up in Canada. Well, hey, you know what it is. You already know what it is. Make sure you come back in the next in a week and a half to or next not this week but next week to watch us. We're gonna be cool in it. How is it in Canada? Like Canada, I feel like Canada is so magical. I started making a new song. Hey, that's what up. That's what's up, Alanis. Did you have writer's block? My little brother be telling me he got writer's block. He write books. The question just made me check and correct myself. No lie though. Hey, that's what's up. I'm asking people what's one thing they did this week that made them happy, that was beneficial to them.
Say it again.
What's one thing people did this week that made them happy, that was beneficial to them, that made them smile, that was a good thing, that was positive?
I'm gonna read another live.
And there's magic in these
We can
woods.
do
I
another
believe you.
live.
That question made me check. Okay.
I do think your loyal energy run like that. That's interesting. I don't know if you were talking to me or Leanne. Hey, what's up, Forest Fairy, Tarot, Ruby 7, we got Bolton,
I started doing oracle reading.
Atlantis Vibes. I'm learning about the shrooms in the woods. You know what? Mushrooms are a really big deal 2021.
I ain't fucking with them. I just was talking to somebody about
No,
shrooms.
all kinds. Like, there's mud water that's supposedly like this new coffee, but it's not coffee. It's actually like mushrooms, like lions, like a mixture of like wild mushrooms that are like really good for you. And I've been seeing a lot of people taking pictures of all the mushrooms that have been emerging.
Wonderland is taking
And
over.
then magic mushrooms will soon be regulated, like meaning like made for legal medicinal use. It's been a long fight since the 70s.
My phone. Look at this. Is what my phone is doing right now. It's like it's just
This
like
one question,
everything's
how do I
doing.
just release and make some noise, as a release? Because I'm so used to just being quiet and internally and other levels of dealing and healing it. Well, first you just gotta start by fucking opening your mouth. Like, what is it that you even have to say? Instead of, so let's say you have a thought and you have an impression and you want to say it. Okay. Instead of ruminating on that thought or that impression, just vocalize it. And you can start by vocalizing to yourself. It doesn't have to be to anyone in particular. So you can start by just like starting to say your own thoughts aloud and start practicing getting energy flowing through your throat chakra. Like, you need to warm up your engine, like get your engine revving. So this is why humming and chanting are great. You really want to I think in the beginning I would do like and then stuff like that, and just get that energy revving. And then after you get that going, you should start getting some creative impulses, and how you express yourself from there is really up to you.
What do you? Well, I'm gonna give you some 200,000, 150K advice. You always on here asking us what to do about your life. We love you, but we don't fucking know because it's not our life. We can be here to support you through the decisions that you make, whether you like them or you're not. But you got to make those decisions. When you allow other people to make, when you allow any of your decisions to be swayed based upon anything anybody else tells you, that's your way of giving your accountability
Not
and your
necessarily.
power away.
Everyone learns
And then you mad
differently.
because you don't have no power.
Everyone learns differently. Like you
Listen,
mentioned earlier that
listen,
you're a visual
listen.
learner.
Wait,
Wait, or an
pause.
audio
My
learner.
advice is not up for. I didn't ask for your. I ain't asked for your opinion on my advice. I'm giving a man some advice. You can listen. When you was telling him what to say and how to feel, did I
Yeah, but it
interrupt
does.
you and say,
I'm
"Well, no,
questioning
Josh,
it.
you
I'm
put this way."
questioning it because maybe it's
I'm
not coming out correctly.
you, but
I'm not sure.
you're not question. It's not for you. That's what it's not for you. It's for him.
No, I can't
So
gain from you. I
you
can't
actually
gain from knowledge from you.
you can, but the question you don't gain knowledge by telling me that what I'm saying to
I
him
didn't
may
tell you. I
not
was
be correct.
asking.
That no, you wasn't. You was telling me, damn it. You gotta figure out how to ask a question. Now back to you, Vault. So I need you to have some personal accountability. I need you to figure this one out and then say, hey, this is what I did. And I don't know if I made the right decision, but how does it feel? What does it do for me? Because we can't tell you how to make decisions for you. Anybody that you give your money to that tell you how to make it or what to do with your life is gonna keep taking your money. Stop it. Stop doing that. Figure out you smart, you wise, and if it's that bad, go to some counselors. Those are the people that can help you. You
Not
know what I'm
true.
saying?
I
Oh,
gotta counteract that again.
you can come.
Mars is in Libra right now.
Paul.
I know you have a Libra moon.
Pause. See that's what I'm saying. You said not true. You can't tell me that my opinion is
I
not
don't
true.
agree.
You can say that, but you can't tell me my opinion is not true because bitch is mine. It's mine. Like
because how will you some people need to be exposed by what has worked in the past for others in order for them to decipher what's correct
Who-
for them.
But
So
it's
it's
up to him
important
to
for some
figure that
people
out.
to ask.
It's okay to ask, but it's one thing to ask and it's one thing to be dependent upon. So
Definitely.
like I said, I'm talking to Vault because I've watched him. So when I talk to him, the message ain't for you, it's for him. You know what I'm saying?
But
So
did you feel
uh,
like he was being dependent?
if I said it, I meant that's what I listen. The conversation was to Vault. But
He's
yes, I
talking
did.
to all of us, so I feel
No,
like I'm a part of the conversation too.
no, I'm talking to one person. You just listening. Like when you do a reading for people, you do a reading for a person, and other people listen. I was talking to him. That message was for him. You didn't get it, yeah, but it was for him. It was meant for
Oh,
him.
we're doing readings. I thought we
Well,
were
not
pontificating.
well. He asked the question, and I was speaking. I said, "Bob, this is to you." I specifically said, "Bob, this is for to you." Point to him and said, "This was
I
for
don't
him."
have argumentative energy,
Mm.
but I will speak up.
And I'm gonna speak back. Yeah, you know what I'm
I
saying?
don't
That's
care.
just
I really don't care.
you know,
But I don't have
you
all that.
you know how that shit
I
go.
don't have all that. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had a long day.
that's me on a Tuesday. Me too.
I have a
I'm
dog
high.
downstairs that can't walk right now, and I'm here. I don't have all that.
Listen,
Mm-mm. No.
listen. You can have some if you want it. I can
No,
ship it
I
to
don't
you.
want it. I just rejected that
I
shit.
could definitely ship it to you. I
I
ain't the
rejected
one,
it
yeah.
because it went that way.
But that's the thing. Like you gotta, if we're speaking, going back to bringing this full circle, we're going back to Libra and speaking the things that we want to speak and letting out. That's me. That's me speaking mine. This is not like no. That's what I said. That's how I feel. I am Libra. I have that Libra moon. I have that Libra in the middle. So we wanna, yeah. We want to learn. See, we
I
think we're
have a
supposed to
solar
learn
arc
one way.
progress Libra moon. That's just gonna be with me with like for like ever. I totally get it. I have a Libra signature in my chart. Totally get it. I have a North Node in the 7th house. Totally get it.
So I'm just you and people. We want to
I
learn,
have
but
an
we
unaspected
are
Venus in
so
the 10th house. I
concentrated.
totally get it.
Listen, I don't know what I got in a lot of the houses. It ain't
No,
it's some of
I'm not
my
gonna.
chart ain't the thing that make me
I
get it.
grow it.
Sometimes life be the thing that made me get it. That made me figure it out.
29 degrees Libra. You fight for justice. You're like a justice warrior. I think Christy Aphrodite has a very strong Pluto Libra or Pluto 7th house. Oh, this is an all vegan meal, by the way.
Okay, so he said he would like your insight and words on it as well. He said I don't like how it turned this way, but
No,
I
it's
do see
fine. No,
what you're
it's
saying.
good because
Yeah,
not
no,
everything is Guns and Roses. I like Guns and Roses.
oh, that's what I was
Not
about to say
everything
too.
is just real rosy all the time. It's you gotta say what you gotta say. It's not always about harmonizing. It's about elevating.
Yeah. And I ain't trying to fuss at you, Vault, but you already know that's like you want if you want what you when you come to you and that's why
Oh,
I say go to different readers for different things. I'm a certain type of way. So, everything I say to you is with love and no malice because I really want the best for you. I really want you. I think you deserve the best. But the only way that I think you deserve the best is if you give it to yourself. And so sometimes that look like a conversation that might be a little bit tougher. But it's only out of love because I know you can handle it. And if I didn't think you could, I wouldn't talk to you that way. Each person is different. Libra moon, what's popping? That's why I fuck. That's why you fuck with me. I'm a Libra moon too. Fairy forest, Cap
Saturn's
Sun.
exalted in Libra.
That sounds
That's a good
interesting.
combination. I'm sorry, guys. I have not eaten today. Well, I had a bagel. So other than that, any old connections try to come approach you?
Man, yeah, this Mercury retro, and it wasn't even it wasn't even the old connections that like it was all old connections that I wanted for a really long time. Like the
Like
connections,
before?
yeah, like man, I just hope you get your shit right so we could get married as connections. Like all of those type of connections just started just like beating down my door, calling my phone, and I'm just like, what the get the fuck out. It was really hard for me to not answer. It's really
You
hard for
didn't
me not
entertain
to
anyone?
respond. Not one person didn't call. Like, and when I say it was, I wanted to cry because I wanted to answer the phone,
Mm.
or I wanted to text back, but I
Yeah.
just knew
Remember the
it
dog
was no
downstairs
good.
that can't get up? I'm pet
Hmm.
sitting a really
Hmm.
old dog, and his hips are gone. He's gonna die soon. He's whimpering. I gotta go check on him.
Okay, I hear him too.
Hmm.
Mm. Same vault. So and the same, and that's the thing too. It's a hard line to do what I do. What's popping, Hank? It's a hard line to do what I do because like I do talk so very straightforward. I am so raw with it. I'm gonna give it to you, um and so I make sure that it's not degraded or abusive. That's like like because I've been that way, but I also try to talk to people out of love. So you meet people where they at, and different people with different places. But yeah, so I spoke to you like that because I knew you could take it. But that's what I'm saying. Everything ain't for everybody, and that's what you gotta understand. A conversation with different people for different things, and that's a part of being a spiritualist. And that's a part of what makes you a good spiritualist. Knowing the people that you talk to, watching them and observing them, and knowing how you can speak to them and what you can say to them that makes them understand what it is that they're talking to. And that's the thing. In that, going deep down Alice's rabbit hole, being a visionary and being a spiritualist and understanding that and being able to say even in moments, that me and Jai, it's never anything there, but even in that moment to say this not for you, this message is like I'm you interfering with with something that's bigger than me and you. This message is not for you. It don't make sense to you. You can't agree or disagree because it's not from like talk to source. You got a problem with what I'm saying, you talk to the person that told me to tell you this. um you know what I'm saying? And sometimes that happens even when another spiritualist is in the room because God gives you different messages through different people. I let people say what they gotta say, and I gotta say what I gotta say. I don't know what they telling you is wrong. I'm not responsible for what nobody else says to you. I'm only responsible for the words that come out of my mouth. If I'm inquisitive, I'll ask. You know what I'm saying? So all of that to say, I'm just and I'm not apologizing for who I am and what I am and any of those things, and I never will because it's always out of love. And if if my love for you make you not like me, then fuck you. And that's how anybody should feel about their life. Now, I'm not just saying me. I'm just saying generally, period, and life whole. And you should have that. All right, let me get to y'all. What's popping, Hank? How you doing, my love? Let me hide comment. Okay. I'm straightforward, so I'd rather be given 100 and nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you like that. I feel like you're the type of person that's just like, I'm not, you don't want nobody to sugarcoat no shit for you. Um, that's the best. People like to sidestep their words way too often. Yeah, because when you sidestep your words, when you speak vaguely, my boys and girls, then when there's somebody try to pin you down on what you said, you can wiggle through what you said. Nah, bitch, I said what I said, what I said, what I said. Now I'll run it back for you. You know. um and low key sometimes that kind of tone brings the spark back because I know I recently been having a spark that goes out or I let it go out. I'm real to speak on what it is, you know what I'm saying? Listen, and sometimes we need somebody to put a fire under our ass sometimes to tell you the shit that you don't want to hear. A lot of people tell me a lot of shit I don't want to hear, but I'm the friend that's gonna be honest with you. I'm a friend that's gonna tell you got a booger in your nose. I'm a friend that's gonna tell you that shit wasn't, okay. I'm a friend that's gonna hold you accountable. And if you don't want a friend like me, fuck your loss, not mine. Everybody can't. Everybody don't fuck with real. People say they want to be around real until I'm listening. I was watching Mike Epps with my homeboy and his uncle, and he said like people want to be real until real walk up on you. People holler about they real until real knock on their door. Then it said, I have to say I'm proud. I've raised my kids tech free and do not have cable, satellite internet. This phone is all data, and my kids' imagination is free thinking because of it. Listen, and that's the one thing I will love. I can say about technology. I love the fact that we have no like when I was growing up, I didn't have it because it allowed me to exercise my imagination, which I think is extremely, extremely beneficial in my life. You already know what it is, Seven. We already rabbit holes. I don't even know where I'm at right now, Alice. She said, "Don't ever apologize." He said, "Don't ever apologize for being a goat." You already know how that shit go. Uh, I've been doing great, just working on myself. I got some new projects coming out for Mystical Illumination. Hank got some new projects coming out for Mystical Illumination. Y'all make sure y'all be on the lookout for that shit. Cause you know it's gonna be popping. Cause Hank stamped that shit. Yup. Yup. Trey Songz's voice. I agree with you that I only speak when I have something to say. Other than that, I am quiet and I'm an observer. Yeah, because if you always fucking talking, then how the fuck can you hear what the fuck anybody gotta say? It says straight up now, all of a sudden, I need time to myself. No. All that is good for when it comes when it's from source of concern. It's hard for a lot of people to have things they aren't hear things they aren't expecting to hear because so many people like the echo like echo chambers. Fact, that part. Welcome back. How's the puppy doing?
My old man, I almost thought he was going to go today, but I picked us up by the thing and brought him outside. While I was trying to pick him up, I spilled like his big ass bowl of water.
Oh.
So I got water all over my leg and all over the floor. And it was a big bowl too. Like it was a big one. And then he just like slides back. I don't know. We've been pet sitting him for like 4 years now. On it, you know what I mean? When his mom goes away.
Yeah.
He's like a part of the family. We love him, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a sad day. I came home because I had just gotten home from work. Then I text you. I was like, I'm gonna go rinse off and then we're gonna come on. But when I came home, I almost was gonna like tell you I couldn't come through because my daughter was crying because it had been I guess he had fell and he couldn't get up for like 2 hours, almost an hour and a half. Yeah. So everyone had gone to sleep, but she was in the living room, kind of just like quiet with like her blanket, like just like kind of like babysitting him a little bit. Yeah. He seems to be. So when I went to go take care of him, because I'm a healer, I'm a Virgo moon, right? Cancer sun, Cancer Mercury, Cancer Jupiter, Cancer Chiron, Saturn in the 6th house, Capricorn dominant. You know, so I can heal anybody, but especially animals and children. And so when I thought it was like, I didn't know what he was going to do. So I was going to try to soothe him with like a hot cloth and water and just like run it against his legs or something. But I guess he was like so sensitive that he like basically told me it's too sensitive and that he'd rather be left alone, that he just needed some more time to rest.
Oh.
And so so I was like, okay, so he peed on himself. So we had to like clean that up and I had to roll him off and wipe him down, put him on his blanket, and we just like left him alone. And that was him calling me to let me know he's ready to get up to go out.
Okay. Oh.
So cute.
It sounded like you had a busy Sunday, my girl.
Yeah, I did have a good Sunday. And then like in the middle I had like a mini crash. I had a car nap.
Man, nothing like a good car nap.
Listen, I used to sell cars, right? I sold cars for like 3 years. They adapted like a up system. So you know that's a commission-based system. So instead of like everybody just sharking in the parking lot waiting for clients to come, one salesperson is up at a time. If someone walks in through the door, whether it's just a high or a buy, that was your up for the day. You know what I mean? So sometimes like you're at the back of the line, it's like a slow day, like a fucking random like. No, so I'd go to my car and take a nap. And every Saturday morning we do team meetings. And my not my general manager, but he kept saying, he was bitching, you know, it's like the car business. So everybody just talks to each other straight how they want, like no filter, like no one gets offended. Like it is what it is. If you can't handle it, like it's like, we're not here to like, you know. So they would always talk shit, you know what I mean, and about people taking naps in the car. And I think I was pregnant then too, so I would go and sleep in my car. And then one day I was just like, who the fuck is taking naps, right? And the whole time it was like me in my car with Waiting for my turn. Thank you, Hank. That's what's up.
Thank you, doll. I love you too.
Mm.
Vault wants to know,
Thank
have we
you.
ever smoked moon rocks? Or anybody here in the chat? In the chat.
No, what is that? Super healer. Thank you, Hank. Concentrated keef mixed with grass and oil. What? It really depends on the place you get it out. If I'm in a car, not driving, nap time, definitely. Those be as projectors, Liam. This is why, actually, so as projectors, our energy body absorbs all the energy in our environment. Like, we don't really have a protective shield like we do. We work best one-on-one with others, but as projectors, because we're always around generators and generators are always buzzing and like we're constantly receiving that, like we get like overly stimulated. And so this is why going into our car and closing ourselves up from the world and just like isolating our aura is even more furthermore charging up for a projector. Another good way to actually get energy as a projector is to go to like a busy parking lot. Like some days when I'm like really tired and not feeling good, I'll just go to the supermarket, like a busy one, and parking the lot and put my windows down and nap so that I'm absorbing all the excess busy energy in the environment, but I'm not exhausted through direct contact and I'm napping, if that makes sense. These are like projector power up secrets.
I don't know, and maybe that's my thing. I love being by
Hey,
myself.
J-Lo. Yeah, you're really lucky for that. You have the perfect projector lifestyle for your energy type.
Yeah, I do. Like, and that's the and it's crazy. It's interesting, like in dating and things like that, because like I don't like a lot of women like to be around people. I don't mind being by myself. Like I like to be by myself. It's really hard to pull me away from myself, if that makes sense. Like because I'm around. It's either I'm around people doing a lot of stuff, or I'm by myself.
And that's how it should be. I mean, projectors should be sleeping in their own bed. And if you haven't, you've been absorbing your generator's energy the whole time, and then you have to detox, and it takes 7 years.
I wanna like I like sleeping on the floor. So I'm trying to figure out, I gotta patent some kind of floor bed thing. So I got these cards that J-Lo sent me, and I was saying this, that one of my goals was like, I told myself, I was like, I'm not going to do tarot on on Potheads, but fuck it, like this is a part of me. It's something that I really enjoy doing. But these cards are different. Like, so they're not traditional tarot cards at all. It's each planet in each sign, right? So there's a card for every planet. So Mars, Venus, but but it goes through the whole zodiac for each sign. And so yeah, so it's really cool. Yeah.
So like Mars, Aries, Mars, Leo, Mars, Saturn.
So I'm gonna pull one of these cards and read it for us, because I've been called, like I went back downstairs to fucking go get these cards, because that's what Spirit told me to do. So
I'm always slouching on these videos. I always get mad at myself afterward.
We just be cooling. All right, so I got this, the card that popped out. Y'all saw me shuffle. So the bottom of the deck is flattery. Can you see it? Bottom of the deck. That's what the bottom.
I was gonna say it looks like Venus and Gemini. It is.
It is. So
I have a Venus and Gemini.
so we are doing what is this?
Those are beautiful cards.
And so I think so the card we got was excitement. And what is this? In Gemini.
Mercury and Gemini.
Okay. So
They're both threes.
We got excitement. So I'm gonna read both of these cards. Mercury. Mercury. Saturn. And for people who don't know shit about tarot, just sit the fuck back and enjoy the fucking somebody reading to you. How about that? How about that? We just be cool. We do what we want. All right. Excitement. Okay, it says Mercury and Gemini, on a prancing, nervous horse, a sage's figure blows a horn, the echoes broadcasting like rays across the cloud sky. Behind an old ventured tower, a venerated tower symbolizes past wisdom and achievements. It says personal Mercury um, is totally at home in the sign of Gemini. Here it is. Here it's natural. Here in its natural sign, it describes people with an excitable, agile, and versatile mind. A personality type found in all kinds of media, teaching, and publicity roles. People with this planet sign combination have an intense curiosity, for everything going on around them, and gives them a sparkling pleasure in life which can easily be communicated through others, capable of deep, concentrated thought. Mercury Geminians, I think that's how you would say that, are more likely to spread themselves mentally in order to learn everything about everything. And holistic approach to taking on information has appealed to this character than dogged specialist research of one subject. This card describes people who show an interest in all forms of communication, media, travel, and social gatherings. They have a talent for writing and talking. They are probably more making a successful career in this area. The placing of Mercury certainly offers a great deal of originality and versatility to express. When this card appears in a reading, it usually indicates the questioner will benefit from a period of busy, communicative socializing, and plenty of short trips related to the question. Negatively, the excitement card can denote constant changing of mind and jumping from one decision to the next with equal excitement and enthusiasm that it annoys people. You're gonna be so happy that you're gonna fucking annoy people. All right. It says events, a publicity campaign, a new subject for study, an opportunity to make a speech, an important decision, changing one's mind on an important issue, a busy social calendar. So that was excitement. That was Mercury and Gemini. So I'm gonna go to Venus and Gemini. So take what you will from those cards, people. Um, Venus, Gemini.
Chesley's whimpering again. I just have to check.
Okay, go for it. It says the god Janus, whose two faces look forward, past and future. Here it symbolizes the Gemini quality of talking to one person while listening to another's conversation. The spreading plant suggests a multiplicity of Venus and Gemini nature. Venus and Geminians, Venus and Geminians need a variety in their romantic life. If they have to settle down and they are not the best people to do this, it must be with someone changeable as them. Friends with everyone, they can maintain devotion to one person as long as the conversation and wit flows readily. A good stimulating conversation with loved ones and friends is of paramount importance to these type of people, the people with this card. Venus Gemini types do need also a great deal of freedom to tend to their affections. With a versatile ability to be all things to all people, there is a tendency for people with this planet combination sign um, to say for the sake of winning. Uh, it says there is a tendency for people with this planet sign combination to say things for the sake of winning attention. Indeed, words are of more importance than the deeds to the Venus Geminians. And the smooth tongue and cleverly phrased compliment may become a well used and manipulative talent. Never averse to telling little white lies in order to smooth the pathway to better things. They flatter and cajole to make life more pleasing. A love for literature, art, and creative work means that Venus Gemini people seek out friends with connections in these fields. In fact, such characters probably have talents in the directions of themselves. When this card shows up in a reading, it usually it indicates to the questioner that a little amendable, smooth talk will achieve far more in a current situation than a competitive wrangle. A secret love affair, and it says events, a secret love affair, and an imagined romance, two lovers at one time, a deceptive courtship, constant need for company. So those are the things. That's what I had. What's popping, Peacemaker? I feel like that's the peace dealer incognito. What's popping, boo? We just out here. Um,
I'm so sad I missed that.
yeah, we gonna have
I
to
wanted
run
to
this
hear
one
about
back.
the placement.
You're gonna have to run it back. But I felt like I needed to read those, so that's for whoever. But yeah,
What's the name of the deck?
it's the Oracle of the Radiant Sun.
Oracle of the Radiant Sun. Mmm. Okay, I took a snapshot of that with my
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah. And it's a phenomenal deck. Shout out to you, J Lo. So I felt like I needed to, and I feel like everybody who heard that those messages were for you. And take heed to the negative things. You gonna have haters, bitch. Haters gonna be coming for your whole, because of your excitement and because of your joy. But don't be a slick talker. You know, be mindful of the shadow and the good in all things. Don't be boisterous and braggadocious. Um, shut the fuck up. If you being blessed, be blessed in silence. Not I don't know, and I feel like it's hard to say that. I feel like that could definitely be misconstrued because it's not to say like be blessed and don't tell like hide. Be afraid to be happy out loud. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is just I don't know, like move wisely, like in all that you do. Um, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's the message. Like it's good things, and because I kept telling my friend when I saw her, I was with her yesterday. I kept saying to her, I was like, man, I just feel like good things are coming. Good things are coming. Um, and if they come, let them come. But understand that they, in order for them to come, different things have to fall away. Um, and don't be a bitch or don't forget where you came from when they do come to you. Um, so there's that. I think that's my rant, y'all. Peacemaker. Nah, I thought you was the peace dealer, but you look like you got white people skin. No offense, but he's black, so you can't be him. I love shoes. I love tarot deck. Like I love shoes. All right, you got anything else for the people, John?
Hmm.
Yeah, she said I can hear your pup's pain.
He just wants to be like now he wishes he could be pacing because he's kind of like a night owl.
Okay.
So now he wants to be for me to look at him and he wants me to rub his head basically. But he's not in any pain. He's fine because the
Okay.
moment like I just put he's just wanting me there. Um. No, yeah, no, he's not. He's not in pain. No. Mm-mm.
Mm.
But on top of that, I'm we give them CBD
My sister gives her dog
for
that as
puppies,
well.
for dogs, or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think that it's a as with an air trine. I think that communication is open and that communication is at ease. With Mars in conjunct Sun, it's like really two hot energy planets, and I really don't think that it's a time to like really be exactly filtered because we're marching along a path, like we're trailblazing essentially, and that's what Venus in Sagittarius is doing, as Sagittarius is a trailblazer. And so I think as long as you don't succumb or fall under the own pressure or the pressure of your own being, to simply just say whatever it is that you have to say. How others reciprocate that is really none of your fucking business. But if you feel the need to say something, always fucking say something. Why not? It's in your power to say it, and it's in your right to say it. And if there's rebuttal, then you got to deal with that rebuttal head on. And if you're equipped to handle that, then so be it.
And I don't agree with you on that. And that's I don't I feel like sometimes even and I never thought I'd hear myself say that because I was always just younger me was always a proponent of if it's if it's if it's on my mind I'm gonna say it. But what I learned was sometimes not saying it was more powerful than saying it.
And
Um,
but that's at your sole discretion. That's for you to decide whether if whether you speaking up was empowering for you or not. It's not for an outsider to tell you that.
I agree with that.
So, I think it's just standing in your intelligence, standing in your position, standing in your language, standing in your morals, standing in whatever it is that makes you feel balanced, because, when pontificating, so you would, or when two people are conversing, the scales always go like this. And that's not always a comfortable, you might strike a balance eventually, but it would be a boring conversation if you were.
Always the same. It wouldn't be a conversation where I would just be talking to
It
myself.
wouldn't, because it would be two frauds trying to pontificate, because it's like you're not saying what it is that you want to say, and I'm not saying what is what I want to say, so therefore there's no collision. Well, then I'm wasting my time
Why are
because
we
I'm not
doing
here
this
to. You know what I mean? This is why I do collaborate and speak to people who I know who I can talk to. You know what I mean? So if you can deal with it, if you can handle it, I can deal with it and I can handle it too, and that's who I choose to pontificate with,
then? Right.
collaborate with. Yeah, seriously.
And everybody can't, and that's the thing too. Everybody can't handle you. Everybody can't handle your truth. Everybody can't handle your
Jack
realness.
said, "Did I hear scales?" That was funny. I was just minding my son's dog for a few days. She makes the same noise. Yeah, you don't hear him right now. He's quiet.
What's poppin', Jax? Welcome to Potheads. Thank you for tuning in with us.
Yeah. No, this was good. It feels so good. If you ask all my friends, right? Because I saw a lot of my good friends today. Janice was off the chain all day. Janice was hyper all day. All day. I felt great all day. I was singing all day.
Oh, did you see it?
Oh, I literally came in and you were miming scales. Yeah, but I think you're right, Jax.
Listen,
This is
this
good. You like my little hair, my grandma do?
I love it. It looks nice. You look nice.
I look nice on my grandma
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. What's your grandma do? You
It
can
is.
look.
It's mad cute, right? I got the clip in there and everything.
Yeah, you look cute. Yeah, you look cute. You got the sweater on and everything.
Right, right. I got the. Oh no, let me cover this up. Which there's nothing to cover. Great chat.
That part, yes, that's the.
Yeah, your mom come out the room like what? Nothing. Grandma, yeah, yeah.
What's this live about?
What's
We
the
more,
live about? Nothing.
more of
Look at the
nothing.
title. What's the title? What's the title say?
More about nothing.
Oh, more about nothing. Cause the bitch is tired. It's Mercury retrograde.
Yeah.
We're tired. The thing is that we're zinging, but we're like exhausted through it. Does that make
Mm-hmm.
sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like I've never been so hyper, but so exhausted in my
At the
life.
same time, right, right. And this Mercury really took it out of us. Like, so I finished my project that I
Thank you,
needed to
Forrest.
finish. Um, that shit took a lot out of me. It took me 2 months to get that shit done, and I finally got it done. And
Good for you.
I just want to fucking rest, but I gotta get back on. Now I gotta go back to my fucking regular job.
Dude,
So
that's a good thing
yeah, yeah,
because
I've
then you
been
can like run. You it's like walking a little bit into your next big project comes
yeah,
along.
yeah, yeah. So, but
How long are you gonna be walking that treadmill?
I just the oracle card popped up in my head. Get off the treadmill. I don't know yet. We're gonna see.
Where's your Saturn right now? You're transiting Saturn.
Uh, what do you mean?
Where's your transiting Saturn in your chart? What house?
Um, so Saturn is in what right now?
So is that your
Aquarius.
fourth?
It's in my fourth. Yeah.
So you're moving soon?
I don't know. I hope so.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
trying
probably
to.
going to move.
I don't know the where though. Like yeah, I don't know the where. I'm thinking about like I want to buy a house, but I'm just a lot of stuff is in the air right now. I'm experiencing a lot of new. A lot of stuff is in the beginning stages, so I don't know. I don't know
Right. Yeah.
anything
Yep.
yet.
Yeah, because you have 2.5 years of this
Yeah.
rearranging your foundational basis
Yeah.
and how it is that you appear in the world too.
Hmm. And it's interesting because I can see it. I can see it happening. I can, and I'm gonna use the energies, to their best. So I'm using this time to, plan and think about my foundation. And it's not just like actual, tangible foundations. It's relationship foundations. It's my personal foundation. It's just who I am as a person.
How are your parents?
They're actually well.
Thank God.
Yeah. Thank God. They don't even know. Thank God. Yeah.
Saturn in the fourth house is an interesting one. I know when when Saturn went into my fourth house, I gave birth to my daughter. So she's a 1 degree Scorpio.
Mm,
Scorpio, she's a 0 degree Scorpio Sun and Saturn conjunct. 1 degree
okay.
Saturn, 0 degree Sun, something like that. It's like
Mm,
which that's a very strong, that's an insane placement. But and so I had my daughter. I had my own place. I had my daughter, and then a year into that, I moved on. I moved far away. I moved away, and then I moved a few times. I probably moved like 3 times in that span.
mm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. So I don't move a lot. Like I plan.
I
I'm a
did. Yeah, no,
planner.
it was it. I didn't move a lot because I didn't know where I was going. I was moving a lot because God had put me in a whole new location. But
Mm,
when you just have to get your foot in the door in order to get to
mm-hmm,
where you need to sit for a
mm-hmm,
little bit. That's what it was. It's like he got me in the door, and he had to like move me a little bit until I
mm-hmm.
was in like a secure spot, something like that.
Y'all make sure y'all hit that fucking like button on your way in and out. Cause why the
So
fuck would you do that? Go ahead.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah. And then where's Neptune for you?
Um, I got
Because it's
so
opposing all your Virgo energy, isn't it?
yes. Cause I have Neptune and Capricorn natively, and my Virgos in the 10th, and my Neptune is in the second. Um, but I don't know. So Neptune is in Pisces right now. So Pisces is I don't have no planets in Pisces, but I think Pisces would. I don't know. I don't
That's
think
your
I.
fifth house.
Yeah, and I don't have anything in my fifth house. What that's my what pleasure house of pleasure.
and create deep
Create
spiritual creativity.
creativity.
Because if Neptune's translating that in the fifth house, is your intelligence, it's your creativity, it's your performance quality. Um, and Neptune gives like a very, it's a glamour, like a glamour energy. So it
Mm,
really, it glamorizes that house. It makes it a very magical, attractive house. Like you can
I can
pretty
see that.
much make magic out of that creative sector and zone. This is why I keep kind of challenging you a little bit in regards to your position, because it's like got a lot of magic at your hands right now, and it can be delightful as to what you decide to pull out of it. It's like pulling a rabbit out of a hat a little
Mm.
bit in there. It's like, but what is it that you want to pull out from that fifth house is the
And,
question.
and it's so funny. So somebody asked me, and it's interesting. Somebody asked me the other day. He said, if you could do, and I'm usually the person asking the questions. He said, but if you could do anything, because I love what I do. I like my job. Like I really love what I do. I didn't mean to love what I do, but I do. So, but he was like, if you could do anything and you didn't have to worry about money, what would it be? And I told him, and that's the first time that I had actually ever said it out loud or thought about it. And so his response to me was, well, let's talk about ways to make that a reality. And so that fear kicks in
Mm-hmm.
because I know, what if I pull a rabbit out of a hat, like what if I decide to make this as a reality and I commit to it. Like once you commit to it, it's a thing, and you go through with it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the fear of failure kicks in because like I don't fear failing at this stuff because it's not something that I went out to get. Not that I'm ungrateful for it, but like I work well. I did go out to get what I like. I fell into my current position, but it's not something that I've longed for, or like it's just not something that I like that just makes me get a like it makes me dance, but it's just I don't know, I can't explain
It
it,
was
but
a blessing at a time.
yeah, and I still it's a blessing now,
Oh yeah, for sure. Once a blessing, always a blessing, for sure.
but it's just it's interesting. I feel like if I did this, I would feel not fulfilled, but I don't know. So I
You
don't
can
know,
just,
but
there's always the option of doing a lateral move
mm,
and then taking a step forward. And who says that you need to close any doors, you know?
mm. And that's the real thing too. And so maybe I can do both, and because they are on two completely opposite ends of the spectrum. When I say opposite ends of the spectrum,
Mm-hmm.
like completely opposite ends of the spectrum. But if we go back to foundation, and creativity, especially with that in my fifth house, um, for what I would like to do, it will make perfect sense. But I'm looking at my foundation and seeing what I really want it to look like and how and what do I want to create, because if I put my mind to it, I know I'm going to do it.
Yeah, and the thing about Neptune is that it's a really tricky energy because Neptune changes colors. So, but with the same frequency, but she'll put different filters on it. So she can, the very thing that you dream of, she can immediately turn that into a fear. And then
Mm,
she's also a dissolver. So any motivation geared in that house could easily be dissolved or slip away from your fingers.
mm,
There also can be like some sort of like illusion that, that the time isn't there because you haven't bumped up against a grindstone that is telling you, hey, you need to go. So perhaps you're
mm,
waiting for that friction. But with Neptune, you're not going to feel that friction at all. So it's kind of hard because it's like, how do I know when to stop? How do I know when to go?
mm.
You know what I mean? What is the pressure here? And there's really none. That's the thing. So it's like you could be waiting for a signal when
There is
the
none.
the whole test is for you to decide to make those forward movement steps without you getting the signal.
Mm,
Kind of like what you said earlier.
mm. So yeah, a lot going on, but
It's all good stuff. I like
yeah,
to see. I find that your process though is kind of like inverted to like everybody else's.
I
Like
can
when the
see that.
collect, not necessarily, not called, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But like when
yeah.
the collective is going one way, you do like a switch, and then your internal clock is a little different.
I absolutely agree with that. I was
Mm-hmm.
actually thinking
Just
that.
right. You're just like,
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
I see you. I watch you do that. I was like, hey. Yeah.
And so I be cooling, and it's just like, so when everybody's panicking, so when I'm panicking, everybody cool.
It's cooling.
When,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
or when everybody cool, I'm panicking. You know what I'm saying? So and so it's better for me. But I like it. I like it that way, because that way when people
Yeah,
are
you need that.
panicking, I can, I can help them. I'm calm. So like like, oh no, I just got out of that. I just got off that ride. Here, this is how you get through that. I think
Yeah.
that's, but
Yeah, but it also broadens the perspective too, because
mhm,
it's like you create space in that way by always having the polarity, right?
mhm.
Kind of tying back in, it's like double dutch, but you like to seesaw a little bit.
And I'll put it like this, and I do think that I go through a lot of things when the collective goes through it as well, but
Mm-hmm.
just I'm going through it differently than
Yeah, at
everybody
a
else.
different pace.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you can't tell if it's faster or slower.
yeah,
You just you. It's like you're in line, but you do this, like you weave in between it. It's
yeah.
interesting,
I
something
can
like
see
that.
that.
Sometimes you go, but your dance is just different.
Yeah, it's like that.
Well, yeah, I mean that's just like pretty much it, you
Okay.
know. The energy is really quite simple, to be honest with you. Venus in Capricorn is going to be interesting. I want to see how all of this solidifies.
I like this Venus and Sag energy. I don't know what it's doing, but it's hitting some kind of way. Like
I feel great about it. It's an
yeah,
ascension.
yeah, it is.
It is.
But not for everybody. Like
Right.
everybody didn't make the cut.
Nope, and right, because Sagittarius is about the open mind.
Oh, so okay, so I think it was I don't know. I don't know if this was a dream. I don't know if I saw this. I don't know if this actually happened. I'm pretty sure it did. But Taj was like, she woke up screaming the Venusians are awake. Um
She's so cute. I love her.
like like I think I think that's a real thing. Like
Yeah, I agree.
the Venusians are awake. Like
Yeah, because it's fire
all over the
element.
world. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
so it was something that woke up. Like, so when they say Venusians, like, to me, that the rabbit hole that takes me down is like the DNA sequence in you was activated from long ago in the Venusian times, and it's
Yeah,
just like, oh,
like
now,
goddess
yeah,
identity.
yeah,
Hmm.
now I know who I am. Now I'm, it's just like the
Hmm.
soul is life was put into me. Like, I was alive, but I wasn't living, and so it's just like something happened, and all of the Venusians just woke up.
Yeah, we're like
Um,
here now. We're online.
yeah, yeah, yes, yes, and it's just like,
Which I
oh,
think is that North Node in Gemini, if you think about it, because that South Node Sagittarius is that very energy you just described, like past, ancient, like
hmm,
God like
hmm,
qualities, and
hmm,
then Gemini would be bringing that online,
hmm,
basically, with its communication, with the need
hmm,
to like, and it's 2 degrees. It's soon to be. It's right at the final activation. We've made our way all the way through
hmm.
Gemini. It's like at 2 degrees. We have one more degree left before that North Node goes into Taurus. Like,
The Venusians are awakening,
mm-hmm.
and so, like, for me, the first thing I think is, I'm so excited for fashion. Like, like, do you know what this is gonna do for, like, the fashion industry, for the world, for looks, for, like, for for just like, if we think about, like, how when we went from the 99 to the millennium, we think of the space age, this sleek look. Like, I think that we're about to see a fashion age of transformation to like a everyday high fashion. Even like fucking McDonald's uniforms will be like some type of shoulder pad, fucking high fashion, sleek look, because that's the future. Because the fucking Venusians are awake. Because so that's the nerdy shit that I go ahead, But that's
That
the
makes a
nerdy shit
lot of sense. I
that I
like
think
that a
about
lot.
when people say the Venusians are. When I was like, oh my god, the world is about to. You're about to start seeing creatives. You're about to start seeing painters. You're about to start seeing like the arts are
It's going to
back.
become sensual again, like the
Yes,
Renaissance. You
yes,
know how
yes,
sensuality was
yes.
really
A
interjected within the
modern
Renaissance.
Renaissance. Yes, the Venusians are like. I'm
Wow.
excited. I'm excited.
Those nude paintings started coming in. That all that
Mm-hmm.
was like tabooish a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm. Like even Meek Mill's cover, like the Venusians are. Oh wait, you have to look it up. It's like it looks like a Basquiat painting, but
I
it's like
saw
a
that.
yeah, like yeah. So you're about to start seeing more art. Like people are gonna be more tapped in, more creative, but they're not gonna know why because they've been awakened
They're
and they
just
don't
gonna have a
know it yet.
drive.
Yeah, yeah, they're gonna start to create things that they see beautiful in their mind. But
Hmm.
because they're Venusian, it's just gonna like it's
They're gonna be on
automatically be a
fire. The
sensual word.
fire
Yeah,
is here. This
yep,
is a,
yep,
and I think
yep,
that's this like, and this could be also the mania energy too, because our energy bodies are readjusting to the new upgrade.
yep,
Like,
yep.
and when that happens, the energy cord, you get like time warps. You get like
And
fucking. You
that's
felt like
probably
the
what,
world spins. Yeah,
and
it's
that's
just
probably what's going
insane.
on with you too. Is just like it's like being stunned. It's just like oh now I got all of this. So it's just like waking up out of a daze. Like and think of yourself for like being in jail and like getting out, and it's just like okay, this is what the world looks like now. Like I can see the world through different lenses. Okay, how do I learn to use all of this to make my world beautiful now? That I'm awake now that I know what's out there for me. So I'm excited about it. Like the Venusians are awake, and so when I say and like what I just a little more astro geeky girl, but so that's the Libra Taurus placements, 10th houses, the sun, moon, or rising. Yo, those people, like those people, they got a little extra. Even I say even the second house, fucking seventh house, fucking maybe even fifth house. But those placements, when if you have strong planets there, yeah, you got some juice that you don't know that you got. You might want to look into that and tap into it because it's something there for you. If you do some digging, you're gonna find some beautiful shit there. Because it's there now. Like it's not only is it there, but it's waiting for it to be. It's presented itself to be
There's
found
no
now.
blocks in front of it
Yeah,
anymore.
yep,
The
yep.
blocks have been cleared, and
If you
that's what
go,
I
yep.
mentioned that with Saturn and Pluto going direct in Aquarius. It's like that's why we cleaned house this Mercury retrograde.
Mhm,
Well,
mhm,
because Saturn revealed all your enemies in your group sector, in your community sector, in your Aquarius, whether it was online, whether it was in your meet, like when you go to work, your community, your organization, your group. Saturn retro, Pluto, the
mhm,
spy, the investigator went back, and it also likes to, Pluto upheaval cleans all that shit out. Saturn's like inspecting, fucking
mhm.
Pluto's like digging shit out, and then Mercury's like,
Organizing so you can make
is
space for
checking
the new.
everybody. Are you
Yeah.
good? You pass the check. You pass the check. You pass the check. Blum 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 blum. The Sun and Mars is like off with your head, off with your head, off with your head, and it's just like everyone's like doing teamwork, like
Mhm,
now, now everything is like it
mhm.
stops. Saturn's like, yep, I think we got everything. Pluto's like, yeah, I think we got everything. Now let's move forward. And it's like, and then Mercury's like, let me just make sure, go a little
Yep,
further, go a
yep,
little further.
yep,
Let me make
yep,
sure, yeah,
yep,
coast is
yep,
clear.
yep.
Clean
When
up after
someone got
Saturn.
through,
Now I'm gonna
like
have
send
to
them
go
back.
clean
Yep,
up after everybody. Clean up,
yep,
organize,
yep.
organize,
Yep,
and
and
move
it's
forward.
and so it's fair. So it's just like going to the pearly gates and get it's Libra. So this Mercury retrograde. So whenever the thing comes through, it's a, like if you
Mm.
don't make it, it's
You
a
gotta
fair.
get
It's
purified through
just yes,
Scorpio.
yes. It was a just decision. So if you didn't make the cut, you didn't make the cut because you had
You
to
can't
square it with
handle
Libra.
Scorpio, that's
Yeah.
why. You gotta be able to handle Scorpio.
If we let you pass here, you ain't gonna make it past
Or
Scorpio.
Pisces
So
too, because in
yeah.
Jupiter, Saturn, they're all gonna make
Mhm.
their way up into
Mhm.
Pisces, and that's the final level. That's the you're on your way.
So it's been a season. But shit, I'm with the shits. I just let the universe do what it needs to at this point. Smoke a balloon watch.
Walton, I think that is like I really felt that question. That's a very deep one, and that's a very emotional one. That is a definitely a question that requires a reading. a book session for sure.
That one, what she said.
So yeah, that was beautiful. That was
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
I liked your view on Venus on Sagittarius. I agree with that, with the high fashion,
Mm.
going on a broad scale. I mean, to
Mm-hmm.
me, Sagittarius is very unique.
Yes.
Sagittarius has a very unique flair.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
And it's
know what I mean?
yep.
It
And it's
just
unique
it's
to them.
almost like
Absolutely.
Leo, but with like a little like
It
it's
was,
like a lime twist. I don't know what it is.
yeah, and Mike called it the sauce. He was just like, "It's the sauce. They
Mm.
got the sauce," and I take it. My sister, I told you my sister is Sagittarius, and we could call her Swaggy P because but it's hers. It's she pull off shit that only she could pull off. I could never
Hmm.
pull it off.
It
But
has a twang to it.
yeah,
It has a
yep,
twang.
yep, yep, yep,
And it can be flamboyant as fuck too.
yep.
and
Or it could
and
be
and it's
masculine
changeable.
as
Like
fuck.
Leo energy is much more
Yep,
detectable, where
yep,
when a Sag says they're a Sag, is like, oh, I should have known that, but you
yeah,
don't always
yeah,
detect it because they're
yeah.
like, they can put on so many, just
Mm-hmm.
their mutable fire, they can shapeshift and take on so many like personas in one and have it be their unique flame, that unique
Mm-hmm.
fire. It's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike Leo, that could be kind of fixed in its expression.
Mm-hmm.
You answered your own question, build a
Good.
connection. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and it's something that you have to even further accept in your own mind. Like, you have to be able to come to terms with yourself that this is even a reality or was a reality, and then what that means to you. Because I feel that you can easily open up to the traces of what would be your brothers. Hmm. I wouldn't doubt that. Yeah, this is good. This was
Yeah.
good. I enjoyed it actually.
Yeah, we at our hour and 30 mark. So with that, and
Hmm.
next a week and I always say a week and a half, not next week, but the week after that, next Potheads. Who knows what we'll be talking about? Who knows what kind of adventure we'll be on? But y'all make sure y'all tap in.
If you have
Um,
any suggestions, like, share them as
yeah,
well. Like,
yeah.
we'd love to know what you guys would like to hear from us, like what you'd like us to, like, explore or express our minds and thoughts and our knowledge on what it is that you guys may be, you know what I mean? So let's do that. Like, if you guys
Mm.
come up with like any topic or a question or something, just leave it in the comment box and we'll pick it up for next time, if that's
Or hit us on
okay.
our IG. I gotta start putting our IGs. Hit us on our IG. I think Ja, I'm gonna make us a Instagram page, Potheads
Ooh.
Instagram page. Um, but yeah, so because we about to expand and make some shit pop. But follow us. Make sure you follow us on IG so you can just get to know us. And you got any questions or anything you want us to talk about, make sure you shoot us a DM or just hit us in the fucking description box. Hit that like button on your way in and out. Anything else you got for the people, Josh?
No, I feel good.
All right. Good night, guys. We'll see y'all in a
Good night,
couple weeks.
everyone. See you.
Bye. I got my peace dealer. Bye.